Hello everyone, I'm here today to talk to you about Mercury retrograde. And Mercury is retrograding at 23 degrees Leo in 27 minutes. And this will happen if you're on the East Coast. That's going to happen on July 26th at 1:02 a.m. And if you're on the Pacific time, that would be on the 25th of July at 10:02 p.m. So, Mercury is retrograding in Leo. It enters its shadow on July 7th, so we should be getting a little bit of a clue as to what this is going to be about. Now, the important thing to remember right now is that there is a lot going on in the cosmos. Mercury is retrograde in Leo. We got eclipses happening in Leo. Mars is retrograde exactly opposite in Aquarius, and we have eclipses happening in Aquarius. So we have a lot going on in this axis, and if you are a Leo or if you are an Aquarius, big awareness coming in to you right now. And then we all have Leo and Aquarius somewhere in our charts. So it's important to remember in astrology that your sign, the opposite sign from your sign, is a part of like your yin yang. It's like you have a little piece of your opposite sign inside of your sun sign's expression. So we want to consider this axis, especially right now, because this axis is hot right now. It is getting all the action. So first of all, Mercury retrograde, it's a time to slow down. It's a time, it's an integral part of the my camera fell. So Mercury retrograde is an integral part of the mental function. I say this all the time. It's a time to be kind, rewind, because when we're always going forward, we get less time to integrate and kind of weed stuff out. So Mercury retrograde is an integral part of the mental process because we need to marinate with the things that really matter and we want them to stick with us, and then we want to kind of discard other things. So sometimes certain concepts require more time to meditate on them and really spend time with them in order to really integrate them into our being. And Mercury is retrograde in Leo. Leo is where the North Node is. The North Node is where we're reaching for. North Node in Leo is reminding us collectively and individually to, find out who we are and really shine bright in our authentic truth. It's about being playful. It's about reigniting our passions, our creativity, and kind of being a little more childlike. We want to play. We want to express our gratitude. Leo is all about expression. So expressing our creative gifts, and Leo is ruled by the sun. So it's our quality of how we shine in the world. So it's a time to kind of check in and see, how are we shining? Are we shining in our fullest? So Mercury retrograde kind of allows us to spend a little bit more time in this sign that we are cultivating. Now, on the other end of it, in Aquarius, Mars is retrograde. Mars is all about our desire nature also. This is a really big time this summer with all these planets being retrograde to pause, slow down, and really check in with yourself and say, am I on a path that is authentic enough for me? Am I being permitted to shine in my fullness? Am I being able to be, do I have enough creativity in my life? Do I have enough passion in my life? Am I doing enough things that make me joyful? So if not, this is a time to kind of pause and say, what do I need to get rid of? Whether it's like a belief system, maybe the belief is that, I just have to work. Or the belief system is, I don't deserve love because I'm unworthy. So time to toss that right out. Mars is retrograding on the South Node, and it is time to flush out all of that bullshit. So if your job is totally soul crushing, maybe it's time to re-strategize. So Mercury retrograde is not working alone this time. it's really working in tandem with this axis. It's working across, it's trying to balance that Mars. So that desire nature is really strong right now. And so we're going to be a little bit more calculated. And the eclipses, the lunar eclipse at the end of July, that occurs while Mercury is retrograde, it really helps us to be more objective. So we can kind of just use this Mercury retrograde to pause and really just plan a little bit better. So if you are an Aries or a Libra, this axis is getting activated in your 5th and 11th house. So this is about playfulness, passions, your creativity, children, getting involved in groups, co-creating in groups. It's about personal creativity and co-creating with others. If you are a Taurus or a Scorpio, this is happening in your 10th house of home and your 4th house of family. So it's time to balance out these parts of our lives. Is what I want for my home life, is that being supported by what I'm reaching for in my career? And can my career goals support this home life? Do they work together? And how can I make this better? How can I bring these two into harmony? Gemini and Sagittarius, this is happening in your 3rd and 9th house. So this has to do with, the day-to-day kind of information, the stories that you hear from your friends, really just like everyday type of information, and then the higher philosophy. So how can we balance these two to make sense? Am I just like too much up here, reading too many books and studying too much, and I just have all these concepts, but I don't know how to relate to people? Or am I just like too much like gossip in my life? Do I need to reach for something higher than myself as far as what my beliefs are? And this can also have to do with education and learning. And then lastly, Cancer and Capricorn, Cancer and Capricorn, 2nd house and 8th house. So we're getting our finances in order and our values. What's important for me to invest my time, my energy, and my money into. I can speak for myself, being a part of this axis. I went to the bank this month, and my husband and I opened a joint account, and we are exploring possibilities of life insurance and that. So now is a good time to think about that. Maybe think about paying off any debts that you might have, that kind of thing. Leo and Aquarius, this is happening, like I said, in your 1st and 7th house. This is huge for you. This is about what do I want versus what do other people want. Maybe there's an issue in your relationship that needs balancing as far as each other's needs and desires go, but making sure that, maybe I need to give a little bit more, maybe that person needs to give to me a little bit more. Are our values and desires in alignment with each other, and how can we kind of bring this into harmony? And then lastly, Virgo and Pisces, this is happening in your 12th and 6th house. So this is about your idea of perfection. This has to do with your everyday life, because what your true ideals and desires are supported by our everyday actions. So this could also be around themes of our health, getting our health in order. This has to do with all the little stuff in our lives, tending to things like meal prep, our routine, the little things that we do that make a life. So it's about that. And then also, the 12th house, with the 12th house thrown in there, it's about maybe spending a little bit more time in solitude, to be more reflective and meditative. And this can also be a very spiritual and service-oriented axis. So it's about work and what am I doing every day to find more peace in my life. And then there are other things going on too. The eclipses are in Cancer, and and with Saturn and Pluto and Capricorn, that axis is getting lit up. Right now I'm offering personalized readings so we can gain more clarity on these axes in our lives and in our charts. So please feel free to email me, and we can do a little mini reading. I'm charging $40 for the mini readings. My full readings are $100. So if you are inspired to learn more about this very potent period, this is happening for the whole summer. This axis is getting lit up. So if you're looking for more clarity on how to work with this energy, feel free to drop me a line. And in the meantime, have a happy July, and may the force of change be with you.